TGIF, NBA All-Star Larry Johnson joins Urkel for a little 2-on-2. A fast-paced family matters, and it's the champ George Foreman in a new show.
It'll be a knockout.
Sure, and the Code Man knows success.
Is life good or what?
Step by step. Plus, Nicole takes charge of her life on Hanging with Mr. Cooper, an all-new TGIF.
Welcome to the Nostalgia. Thank God it's Friday house. That's right. Your one-stop shop for things that are nostalgic. We're going to find out what we're nostalgic about today. I'm Johnny. He's Andrew. He's Will. Andrew, what are we talking about today on the Nostalgia Funhouse?
We are doing our top 6 TGIF duos.
That's right. We're going to each do 6. That's 3 6s. Don't look into that more than that.
Oh gosh, the mark of the beast. And it's not even Friday. This is false advertisement. We're recording right now on a Wednesday.
Yeah, you can't listen to
AM
this
is
on
not even
Friday.
Friday night.
You gotta kayfabe it.
Oh, it's Friday. It's totally
No,
Friday.
I'm a realist. I'm blowing
This
up
is
kayfabe.
This is right. It's 666, the mark of Brock Lesnar. Everybody's gonna be just fine.
Unless you need bathroom videos. But no, like when I first started doing the 2-point with Matt, like he was like, okay, you want to bring us in? And then I would say what day it was, the actual day, and be like, no. Your episodes come out on Friday. Say it's Friday. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, you gotta kayfabe it. So you always gotta kayfabe.
No, I'm blowing this spot right up.
Oh, jeez.
We can't take Will anywhere.
Friday's a sacred night.
Yeah.
Nope. Ruin everything. TGIF was sacred in my household. This was like what I looked forward to all week. I could stay up till 10 o'clock. Sometimes, depending on what Hugh Downs and Barbara Walters had to say, I could stay up a little bit later. And I always look forward to TGIF night. Friday was a great evening in my household.
It was the start of the weekend.
Yep.
As everybody knows, if you're a returning listener, didn't matter what Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs were talking about. Little Andrew was allowed to watch it because nobody gave a shit in my house what we were watching. It's where I started really enjoying John Stossel with the 2020, and then I watched The Dark Side of the Ring with Dr. D, and I was like, yeah, I don't think he's as cool as he used to be. But I
vividly remember watching the one 2020 where UFC was starting to break through, and I just remember it just came up, cockfighting, human cockfighting.
The original UFC, I would have to say. I remember watching the original one on the good old cheater box for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They didn't get any money out of this household.
Good. I never cared for UFC personally, but that's just me.
I'd
rather watch pro wrestling. I
I
like my stuff pretending to be real. Thank you very much.
I liked UFC.
I just like my stories with my fighting.
Same, yeah. You don't get that in UFC.
I enjoyed UFC until there was a captain in the Marine Corps, and this is like when I was injured, so I didn't really do too much, and I couldn't do anything really. So every 5 seconds, he'd be like, Lens. I'd be like, yes, Captain Reynolds. And then he'd be like, come to my office. And then this is when YouTube was starting to get popular, and he'd be like, look at this fight. And it was like every 5 seconds, I have to watch a UFC fight. And then
To be honest with you, he could have shown you something a lot worse in that office.
Yeah. I think he got off easy.
After a point,
That's what he was trying to do.
After a certain point, I think I would have. But Captain Reynolds was a great guy, other than the whole UFC thing. I remember we had a colonel visiting us, and he was like, I'm going to make a hype video to show the colonel what we do around here. And I'm like, we sit here. We're an admin. That's all I'm thinking. I did not say this because when
I
it
kind of want that to be a hype video though. Like it's because they have the hype music, but it's just a bunch of shots of y'all just sitting.
and all of a sudden it was like it was like because I remember I had to film record it, and he went out and bought, this is like 2005, and he bought a DVD camcorder to do
Man,
this.
our taxes paid for this, Will.
Yeah, they sure did.
Hey, we had if you guys knew what we had, you'd be like, what
Hey,
the
I'm all for you guys using tax money for that. At least you getting
I think
something
he
out of it.
actually no, I think he actually like bought this with his own money, but everything was like them doing like Marine Corps martial arts, and then all of a sudden it would like switch to like this like UFC fight, and then it would be like Thunderstruck, and it was just nothing but UFC fights, Marine Corps martial arts, uh them running like 3 miles, and that was like the whole entire thing.
I
And
hope they
uh,
just showed the whole 3 mile run, like in its entirety.
I got in trouble because somebody was
You
hungover.
gotta stand that. You gotta stand that run time.
I think they were legitimately kind of mad at me because during one of the runs, one dude was hung over, and I had like, this is just when those things came out, so there's only so much room on those discs that they had. And so I had to carry a bag with this camera because I could not like PT or anything. And so I would film them, and I missed the one dude just puking his brains out just off the side of the just off to the side. Just, "Ugh." They're like, Lens, are you getting this? I'm like, I'm trying to do the thing. I'm like, he's just, "Ugh." So they were pretty upset with me.
Guys, I'm getting something in my earpiece here. Oh, it says we're wildly off topic. What we're
Oh,
talking
well,
about
it's fun.
I enjoyed it,
Oh,
but I'm not the one going back and listening to this.
hey,
Friday,
Yeah.
TGIF.
Friday. Friday, we got to leave early. Uh, that's your tax dollars at work, everybody. So yeah, top
Hey,
six.
you guys work hard.
If you watch the
If you're
video, you'll
Just for
see it.
if
those
you're
who
listening to this,
can't see
listen.
us,
Yeah,
Andrew's
Andrew
shaking his
is
head
yeah
no.
I have
blowing his
stories.
own spot.
I have stories. I have stories.
But yeah, TGIF.
Yep.
Obviously, this was an important time for all of us growing up. It was, as they like to say, back in our day, you had to actually schedule when you're going to watch TV because that's the only time you get to see it. And if you miss an episode, you got to wait for the rerun.
Me
Tough
working,
nuggets.
I thought about this. Me working overnights is I really pity the people that had to work overnights in the 80s and 90s because
Oh yeah,
how do you record TGIF? Like we
you
have
just miss
streaming
it.
now.
Yeah,
I would completely miss all of this if I was back
This
then.
is, yeah, you'd have to have a VCR, which cost quite a bit of money. You'd have to get blank tapes, which also cost quite a bit of money. And you'd have to make sure you set it so it records a nice chunk of time from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
You might have to do
Um,
the 755 just to make sure you
well,
get
yeah,
a little
just,
bit.
yeah,
I used
yeah,
to have to
yeah.
do that for Raw. Go to like 10.
Although I do say, whoever has done that, and there's a market now that people will sell like movies or television show blocks, and as we saw with the cartoon Saturday morning cartoon special, they'll sell you the tape with the commercials in there, and they're quite sought after.
I could see that.
Yeah.
hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
who wants to go first here?
Will
I'll
enjoy first.
I'll
First,
take
talk,
I'll
yeah,
take
talk.
first stab at it. So, number six from I figured I'd start with this because this was when I think of TGIF, I think of the wonderful show with the Winslows, Family Matters. Uh, and this was like pretty much always the 8 o'clock show to pull people in, if I remember correctly. It
No. It
was
was
all
the 8:30 show
Yeah, Full
the
House.
8:30 show.
Full House started it, and then it was
But
followed
when Full House
swiftly.
was gone, right?
Yeah, I
Last
think
later in. Yeah.
yeah.
I think Family Matters took over because I didn't they move Family Matters from Friday? They put it on another night because it was so popular.
They
Or they
tried
went
that,
to a
yeah.
whole different station. It went to CBS at one point for the last season.
Okay.
On
That was
CBS.
toward the end. But before that, they did try to switch at nights when it was still on ABC.
because it was.
Yeah, because like when I think of TGIF, I don't think of Full House. When I started getting into Full House, 'cause I'm a little younger than you guys, but when I got into Full House wasn't on the TGIF lineup. So
Really?
I always associated Family Matters as the lead-in.
Oh, Full
But I
House.
could be misremembering 4, 5, 6-year-old Will.
Well,
Not
you
a
do
very
talk
good,
about a weird
reliable source
medieval
of
show
information.
that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, so I could have just made it up. I had a very creative imagination.
As you
Um,
told
You
Matt,
have to. You're gonna play
concussion,
video games.
yes, concussions.
concussion.
But Family Matters, I'm gonna go with a wonderful duo of Eddie Winslow and Waldo Faldo. I
Geraldo.
absolutely adored Waldo. Um,
He
I
rules.
just love their chemistry. There was a couple episodes where like because Eddie would always kind of talk down to Waldo because Waldo wasn't the I think Waldo nowadays probably would be diagnosed with some kind of
Oh
Asperger's or
yeah.
Yeah,
autism
he has
because
autism for sure.
because he would take things almost like Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. He would take things very literally.
Yeah,
So if you used a term of or a turn of phrase or a pun, he would question you like, wait a minute, what?
yeah,
But I always loved Waldo, and I was very happy when they made him um, a regular on the cast because
yes.
I love the intro video, and Waldo's is always great because I mean they really hit him right in the head with that damn basketball.
They sure
And
did.
he no sold it. He gets hit
Yeah,
right in the side of the head with a basketball, and
yeah.
he no sells it like, yeah, that didn't hurt. And then he looks confused. He looks right at the camera and smiles. But I thought Waldo was a great character, one that's not really talked about that much in
No.
Family Matters. And Eddie was I thought a great character too. He was your like if you were looking for teen intro, he was suave, he was cool, he was but kind at the same time. Like he got into mischief as most teenagers do, but he always had a pretty good heart. I always liked the episodes that would focus on Eddie having a problem and Waldo being there to help him kind of get through it. So that's
Uh,
my first duo
let's not
is
forget
Eddie
Waldo.
Winslow, Faldo.
Let's not forget Waldo is a savant, though. Heck of a chef.
I was.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was out by that point.
Now, we've discovered on the show that Andrew has short windows with different things.
I once I think I've discovered this trait from my mother that once we're done with something, we're done. Like I used to love watching Shameless and I forgot what her name was, annoyed the piss out of me, and I was like, I'm done. And then they were like, she left the show. I don't care, I'm done. You don't get my viewership anymore. I just get done with it.
I'm like the opposite of that. I usually stick it out. I can maybe count on one hand shows that I've started where I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
No, Ironheart,
So
done. Just
yeah,
I
I
didn't
gave that
even.
one episode and I was
I
out.
didn't even. I didn't even try that one. If I'm being honest.
I was just
I'm
done.
way behind on my Marvel
Walking
stuff.
Walking Dead.
Ki-
Walking Dead,
I
I
think
had to
the only
Walking
peace
Dead.
out.
Walking Dead. I
yeah,
also quit. I think I got 2 seasons, and I was like, I don't want to watch any
I
more of this.
I got up to a certain part with Negan or something like that, and I was out.
Yeah, I was the
I
same,
didn't even. I
which
didn't even
is
make it to
even
there.
rarer because I was really deep into that one. But
I'm
regardless,
actually
number six for me, Family Matters, Eddie Winslow, ever cool Eddie, and the stupid savant, Waldo Faldo.
I guess I'll go next. All right. So when we're gonna do 6 of these, my memory is very much just like 3 shows, with vague memories of 5. So this was actually pretty tough for me to come up with 6, but 6. I wanted to represent Step by Step somehow because that was a show that I did watch, though I haven't seen it in a long, long time. My favorite character was obviously Cody, so you can probably mix Cody in with anybody. And I mixed him in with his brother Frank. So we're going Cody and Frank from Step by Step. But you can also put Cody with any of the cast. I think he was usually with the older daughter a lot too. But yeah, Cody was just so cool. He's like the Cowabunga guy, right? Like he talked like he's a Ninja Turtle, and he knew martial arts, so maybe he kind of was. I don't know. Maybe that's why I thought this guy was cool. But
And he was the precursor to Matt Foley, I believe, because he did live in a van, but it just
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
down by the river. It was parked
in the
nicely in
backyard,
the Sinclair's driveway. Yeah.
Lambert.
Or
Lambert.
Lambert's,
yeah,
sorry, yes. Lambert's,
the
yes.
Lamberts, yep,
And
yeah,
that was Frank's nephew.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I thought
Carol's.
they were brother. I think I just saw they had the same last name, and I went brother. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes more sense
yeah,
because he's a lot
yeah,
younger. Yeah,
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
we don't need you to be a
Cody,
dad.
Cody also he palled around with JT quite a bit.
he
Yes.
does.
The
Yeah,
oldest of the Lamberts.
He did some
So
stuff with Mark too. I
he was
remember
with all of them. That's why I
yeah,
said you can
like
kind of put him with any of
he
them.
was kind of like he was almost like a shaman type character. He was just like there to give like stoner advice to anybody that
Yeah,
he wasn't a stoner, but he
no,
kind
he
of
was a
had that
stoner.
vibe,
it
like
implied.
a beach bum vibe.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
it was
So
implied that he was a stoner. I think. Yeah,
yeah, he was definitely like the wacky character of the show. I feel like every TGIF show had one wacky supporting character.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You had to have that. A lot of times it's a neighbor, but not. Well, I guess technically he was a neighbor because he was not
He's
living in the house. He was in the house in the yard.
the tiny, tiny backyard of the
Yeah.
Lamberts.
Yeah,
It wasn't on a soundstage or anything.
No, it was real. That was real.
no,
It's all real to me.
not at all. Yeah,
You know how many years I thought
right
that
there in
roller
Wisconsin.
coaster opening was real? It was just a green screen, and they're waving up, and I'm like, wow, they could see them all the way up there. They wave down.
Yeah,
There's another one that we gotta start with too, is the mystery people, like Carol's mother and sister were there in the beginning, and then they were like, no, we're gonna get rid of them. We're gonna bring in Cody.
yeah, yeah. Like the sitcom rejects, the first season sitcom rejects.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Who didn't make the cut? A lot. Sometimes they get recasted. Like
yeah,
we like his
I'm not,
character. How could you like we like this character? We just don't like you as this character. So we're you're
not
getting the
happy
boot.
with the
You're out.
new
Yeah.
Dale Dribble voice. Uh,
Well, I mean, what are they going to do?
kill him
Yeah.
off. Just kill the character off. Just
No,
done
can't
over.
do
No,
that.
he's the best character.
Just kill him. Done.
You,
Over with.
you can't. Oh, this is
To be honest, I
Andrew's
don't know.
window.
I don't know if you know this, but I did see where 80% of the new season of King of the Hill, it is the original voice actor. He was just going through cancer, so that's why he sounds different. So a lot of
Yeah,
people are like, I don't like the new guy, and like, actually, this is the old guy. He was
Oh,
just
okay.
going through cancer.
yeah.
So
How do you feel now?
yeah, exactly. Now
Like,
you
Well,
feel three inches tall, huh? Huh? Take that.
don't give a shit. All right.
well, I do. I give all those. And I side note, if you haven't watched the new King of the Hill, it's fantastic. All right, Andrew, what's your number six?
Number 6 is Mark and Tyler from Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Because I thought it was pretty cool that this. I mean, he kind of was forced to hang out with Tyler because Tyler's dad was, his landlord and all. But I always thought it was kind of cool. You got this cool teacher, 10-day contract NBA player living next door, and he just was hanging out with Tyler. And I just thought they were kind of cool little buddies. And I kind of forgot about it until we did our hanging with Mr. Cooper review. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Tyler and good old Mr. Cooper were great together. I almost went with I forgot what his name was, the Omar Gooding Jr. character, but I think I like Tyler better with him.
Yeah,
That's an underrated show.
It is.
yeah.
Almost
Everybody
like a
likes hanging.
modern retelling of like Three's Company with kids.
He was. It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, just ruin that for him.
How does it ruin it? It's a good show too.
No, that's another one where all of a sudden, like his
That's
friend
all he's
lived,
going to think about now.
his
Yeah.
friend lived with him, kind of like Three's Company when they got rid of.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like
Yeah.
the friend lives with him, and then all of a sudden, like later on in the seasons, it's his cousin, and his cousin's daughter moves in with him because they were like,
Well, they didn't
kids.
pigeonhole themselves. Like Three's Company, it always had to be three.
Yeah,
So with this, as long as you got Mr. Cooper, hey, anybody can hang with him.
Yeah,
yeah, but John Ritter wasn't playing for the Golden State Warriors.
That's true.
that we
That's
that we
why you
know
got to put
of.
a little, yeah, you got
It
to
could have been deeper
swerve
on
a
the
little bit.
bench.
He was in
We don't know.
culinary school. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Plus, Cooper, what they should have done is they should have bring Don Knotts into the Hanging with the Mr. Cooper universe. Then you would
I
have
was
been
trying to
sold.
think. I was trying to think of a way to incorporate Don Knotts. I'm not going to lie.
You can
That
just
was
put him in.
was
You don't
he
have to like think hard. You just put him in there. That's all you got to do.
was he
oh, he could have
thoroughly
been a
a
former
roper?
coach. Good question. I don't know.
Yeah, he could be like an old coach that's trying to teach like the old style of
Yeah,
basketball, and then
yeah,
Mr. Cooper's like, no, this is the new way, and he's
yep.
talking about slam dunks, and Don Knotts doesn't know anything about slam dunk. He's all about the 3-point game.
You got to run the stall offense.
And he's always Don Oz is always
Yeah,
asking, "What's this
exactly.
line?" And it's the 3 point line. He doesn't know that exists now.
There's somebody out there yelling
Yeah,
at
you
him.
wait 3 points.
He was Furley. He was Furley. Furley, 79 to
Yeah.
84. All right, Will. Number
So, my number five is I'm gonna go with it was so nice they had them twice. Little sister, Tia and Tamara Mowry. I always liked not them, but I always
oh,
liked the dynamic between the father and
Hey,
the mother. So the Ray
oh,
Campbell and Lisa Landry. I always liked like she was sassy and she was silly, and then Ray was kind of the straight man, and they were always kind of bickering back and forth about what's best for the kids. Um, so I think this is one of those shows that it wasn't around for that long, but it definitely left an impact. And then I feel like they were trying to do something with the Maoris to make them like the next Olsen twins. Like they put them, they went to the Disney Channel. They did like Twitches and Twitches 2. Um, but I always liked the dynamic between their parents and just the bickering back and forth always led to a lot of good comedic moments.
so you're a big Jack A fan.
Yeah,
yeah, how can you not be?
I,
yeah.
oh no, I'm just
For sure.
saying. I was a big fan of 227. You guys ever
Jack
watch?
Yeah.
A, Jack A,
I
love
thought
it,
you were going
love
to say Roger for a minute. I think Roger is a very underrated character on a lot of shows. I thought you were going to say the father and Roger.
it.
Poor Roger.
He was pretty good though. Yeah. Yeah.
I
What are
think
you
he had
gonna
a
do?
singing career after.
He was the crazy ancillary character that would come in and cause chaos.
You need that.
You gotta have those.
He was the he
Yeah,
was the Kimmy Gibbler of the sister universe.
Yeah.
yep, yep. All right, my number five, guys. This sometimes on a Friday night you need a bit of magic, so that's why we have Sabrina, who happens to be a teenage witch, and of course you got to have a cat, right? You got to have a black cat running around. So Salem the cat and Sabrina the teenage witch. Salem, by the way, such an incredible cat that he didn't even have to stay on Sabrina. He would visit other shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of crossovers in the TGIF lineup.
Yeah, yeah. And this is not just any cat. He could talk, and he was magical. He could send you back in time. So this cat was pretty dang sweet.
Is he better than what's the cat from Hocus Pocus? Binks?
That's what I
Yeah,
was just thinking. I think
Thackeray
that's the
Thackeray
direct
Binks.
comparison.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they used the same damn animatronic because they're both black cats. They both
Yeah.
talk.
Both
I could
Disney,
totally see that. Yeah, I could see that
Yeah,
happening.
ABC.
I think the only reason that Salem gets the upper paw on this is because he's actually a cat the whole time, and Binks was a person who was turned into a cat and then turns back into.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess he's yeah,
Well, Salem's got magical abilities as well, where
yeah, yes,
Thackeray, the only thing he can do is not die.
yeah. He can get run over by a bus and be just fine. Yeah,
Yeah. And he's
Hey,
praying for sweet death. So
yeah,
his one trait that makes him special, he hates.
did we
Besides
just
the
yeah.
talking, I guess
did
that
we
makes him
just have
special
this
too.
conversation about people praying for sweet death? Not
We sure did.
off air here.
We sure did.
Yeah.
We don't know how much Zachary was nagged at.
Yeah.
Had somebody in his ear always constantly complaining to him.
I think this next one is my pumpkin spice pick. But it is Er- Earl and Baby Sinclair. I think that's probably what
Gotta. Yeah.
kind of kept dinosaurs going. Really loved them as a kid. As an adult, you kind of find more things that you enjoy about that show, but this is what the bread and butter was. That's what it brought in. And I think there was an episode where like it actually showed good old baby Sinclair actually caring for Earl at one point as well. I think
Yeah,
it
of
was the
course.
one
He knows
where
where
it
his bread
was
is buttered.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's the one where
even though he was not the mama.
no. I think that was one of the
He
greatest
sure wasn't.
phrases
That
ever.
really was the only thing that he didn't. It's the only one thing that he didn't care about with Earl is that he just wasn't the mama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
milk
Oh,
milk doesn't come out of his.
nope, sure doesn't.
or weird creatures that are frozen in the fridge.
You
Yeah,
remember that
yeah, that was a
episode
good
of
episode.
remember that episode of Dinosaurs where it's all about drugs and
Oh
Yeah, and he took
yeah.
steroids.
Yeah.
yes.
I miss a good steroid. Have you ever watched that uh like after school special or something HBO where Ben Affleck does the steroids and he like roids out real bad, like way more than what you would think a normal person would roid out on, like one of those ones where it's just trying to get you not never to even think about using steroids. If you haven't, check that out. It is hilarious to watch Ben Affleck roid out.
I mean,
Something
we
Did
want
that
to
not
see
know
it.
nobody
that
would
was a
ever
thing.
say.
What we don't know though is that's how he was able to write Good Will Hunting. So,
Got roided
so
out.
I guess we can put an asterisk next to that script.
Go get roided out.
We can't put that script in the Hall of Fame anymore. He wrote it while he's on
Nope.
steroids.
We
All
Yeah, those
right,
were
we got four.
got four.
Number
we got
four
top
for
four.
me. Now, every time I go to the arcade and I
Get
find the
fat.
need to ride one of those simulators, right? No, I got to do something where I'm actually doing something.
Oh,
So I
okay.
get in, I'm
Oh
riding one of them
God, one
simulators.
of those people.
Say I wanna go to a roller coaster, but I don't wanna. I'm not at an amusement park, so I go on one of these simulators and I'm bouncing up those tracks. It takes me right back to Friday nights. Takes me right back to the previously mentioned show, step by step, the
It does.
Lamberts in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But I'm actually gonna go. I like the maybe it's just because now I'm a little bit older. And looking back at these shows, I like the a lot of the dynamics between the husband and wife couple. So I'm actually gonna go with Frank and Carol Lambert. One, because they both look phenomenal in a nice tight pair of jeans. But we got Patrick Duffy, we got Suzanne Summers, and I always like their dichotomy. The way it's basically, hey, guess what, Andrew? This is basically just the Brady
Yes,
Bunch
I know
we were
that. I
told in
knew
the 90s.
my mother laid that
Yeah,
out for
that
me
clear as pie.
Yeah,
very,
Yeah.
very early. This is the woman that also
So
told me at
people
8 years
people
old, Weston
complaining
was fake.
about how nothing's fresh, nothing's original. Well, guess what? They've been doing this since the dawn of time. They just
Yeah.
take something, repackage it, bam, Bob's your uncle. But
yeah.
I always like
Sinners.
Frank. He's your man's man, your handyman, wearing flannels, blue jeans. He's got three kids. They did a little switch up. He doesn't have three boys,
No.
but he's got his son who's just a greaseball. His younger son who's just kind of like your normal quirky teen, and then his daughter's like a tomboy,
Hmm.
and so he's a very masculine family. And you have Suzanne Summers' character of Carol. She runs a beauty salon. She's got two daughters that are more on the prissy side. One's a little smart. One's a little kind of ditzy, but they take care of themselves as far as physical appearance. Then she's got her nerd pocket protector wearing son, who's a little but they come together. Comedy ensues. So I always liked how, and again, as a married couple now, it's nice to see that Frank still pines for Carol and Carol still pines for Frank. Again, them both looking so great in a nice tight pair of jeans, that's got to help to the burning of the loins, if you will. So yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I was gonna
always a
say
big step by step fan.
Suzanne Summers always looked hot. I don't care how old she was.
Yeah, give Patrick Duffy some love. The man, yeah, kept himself together.
I know he
You know,
Sure
snuggled
did.
Butt's leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, big fan of Step by Step. It's probably there's like if I had to take my ultimate TGIF lineup, it's definitely that it'd be in my lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, be in mine too, I think. Yeah.
It'd probably be back of mine. I like
Yeah.
it. Just don't remember it too much.
It's just because you like the way they look in the back with their nice tight pairs of
With the
jeans,
nice tight pair of jeans.
Yeah.
sweet
Yeah.
dumpers.
I always like the bench kitchen table.
I'm gonna start referring to people's rear ends as dumpers.
Quick question: did we ever see the beauty salon? Like, I don't think they ever
Yes.
showed it. They
Yes.
did?
I
Okay.
believe so. Yeah.
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 In the earlier seasons they showed it, especially because that was what like her sister and her mother did was everything in the beauty salon.
Oh,
It was because I
and
think
it was right off the kitchen, right?
yeah, because Frank I think redid it or
Yes.
something for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
love how every sitcom you have to have two sets of stairs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, what? You have to have two sets of stairs.
Yep. Two sets of stairs. We like lost you for a little bit, and all we got was two sets of stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's all I was getting at. Two sets of stairs. Everybody's got them in the
Yeah.
sitcoms.
Well,
Every house does have.
So,
The house, the Boy Meets World house, they had two sets of
yep.
stairs, one in the
yeah.
Uh,
living room and
Well,
one
they
off the
said it,
kitchen.
it facilitated a more flowing, um, more of a flow to the movement in the sitcom. Because if you
Yeah.
figure if everybody's got to come down the stairs in the living room, it's always one in the living room, one to the kitchen. Every
Yeah.
single one.
Growing
Yeah.
Pains, Family Ties,
Yeah.
Cosby Show,
Yeah.
Yeah. They all
Man.
got it.
Wow.
All in the
Wow.
Family only had one set of stairs
That's all you needed to be in that family.
though. Well, there's only
Yeah.
four people living in the house.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna uh, talk about two other people with some sweet dumpers. But they happen to live. They happen to live in a house though that was pretty full, and they happen to be a couple of uncles. Uncle Joey, Uncle Jesse from Full House.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
But
Joey's not an uncle.
he was called that though.
He was never called Uncle Joey.
Hey, wait, listen. You
Did
have
you
to
know that?
cut it out right now.
He was called Uncle Joey.
He was never called Uncle Joey.
I, I'm, that cannot be true. Will, which side are you on? Was he called Uncle Joey or no?
It could have been a Mandela effect, but I'd have to. I haven't. Full House wasn't my cup of tea. But if I had to bet my bottom dollar, I would think that he was called Uncle Joey, honorary Uncle Joey.
Yeah, well, I'm looking this up.
Yeah, no,
Maybe,
somebody.
maybe they gave. Was it Uncle Woodchuck? Did they give uncle status to the puppet, but
No,
not to the man?
yeah.
That's the, like all I had to put was he ever called it and finished it for me.
If not, those girls are pretty
Oh,
ungrateful.
I Andrew is correct according to our AI overlords here. He was never actually called Uncle Joey.
I
Wow.
They just
found
call
this
him
out.
Joey.
I found this out a week ago. Yeah, because I think it
Huh.
was a Mandela effect, and then when you start thinking about it, they always called him Joey.
So he's just a weird guy living there.
He was just the dad's friend that just
Yeah.
lived there.
Wow.
Yeah. How solid of a friend is Joey though?
Yeah,
Like
but
you have no blood related to these
it's San
kids, and you're gonna
Francisco.
move in and help them raise?
It's San Francisco. Could you imagine what the rent is there?
Oh, that's true.
I like how Andrew just can't
Rent's
let
too
the
damn
guy be
high.
Andrew can't let a guy be a good guy. He's gonna find the real reason. He's gonna cut it.
I'm sorry. You give him okay. First, he lived underneath the stairs, and then all of a sudden, he
I was
did
gonna
want to
say,
move
like, he
out.
didn't even have an enclosed room, right?
No, but
I
then
thought
he
he was in the
want
basement, right?
no. Then he wanted to
No.
move out. It was the garage that they furnished. Because if you
He moved to the basement though once
they
Uncle
never
No.
had a
Joey got
basement.
married. I mean,
That's
once
the
Uncle Jesse got married.
yeah, but that wasn't a basement. That was a garage. If you
But
watch
I
it,
felt like there was stairs going down to it though,
it
right?
was. But when you look
No, I
Is
thought
the
that was
how
garage
the
under the
house
ground?
was, if you look at how the house was, the garage is lower. Just like they always point out too that there was never actually it doesn't look like there's actually an attic or a third floor on that house.
Even though that's where
yeah,
Jesse and his family
Yeah,
live.
because
Yeah.
if you watch
yeah.
earlier episodes, Uncle Jesse's bike is in where Joey's room used to be. And that was the where I'm sorry, where Joey's room ended up being, and that was the garage.
I
Yeah.
think the house is like that room from
I've
Harry
I've
Potter. It's a house of
analyzed
requirement. It just expands to what you need it to be.
yeah, I've analyzed Full House way too much. But
How is this not on Wake Up San Francisco? This is a story waiting to be told.
yeah, because he didn't become Wake Up San Francisco until later on in the season because he was
That's
a
right. Yeah.
sportscaster. He got to go play for or go practice with the Warriors, another TGIF Warriors guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Man.
there was an episode of Mr. Cooper with Michelle.
Crossover.
There was also crossover Steve Urkel.
Yeah, he showed up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Because
visiting.
he's the one that caused all the problems because Stephanie got new glasses. I remember this episode very
Yes,
well.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, glasses are cool. You got to make them laugh." That's what she did.
I think we've only. I'm gonna have. There's gonna be a repeat later on down the line with one of these duos. I know that on my list.
All right. Well, Andrew, it's your number 4.
Number 4, Eric and Feeney. I think it's
All right.
always.
Should I just go and get my number 3 out of the way because it's the same thing for me?
Yeah, we'll just get them both out of the way. Eric and Feeney. I think I don't know if you feel the same way, but I always think it's cool that Eric was a misguided kind of soul. He meant well, but yet he always had Feeney to kind of guide him in the right path. And
Yeah.
everything else, I think that was always a cool little combination of mentor. I know Feeney was a mentor to everyone, but I think he meant the most to Eric. And I think Eric meant a lot to him on a lot of different things as well.
Yeah, the Boy Meets World is my ultimate favorite TGIF show, but the the they actually turns from a mentorship to a friendship, and it's genuinely really like one of the sweetest parts of the show is that friendship between those two. Some really great episodes that really display that too. But yeah, Eric is probably my ultimate favorite TGIF character. Very funny. He starts out as like in the early seasons, he's like just like every other teenage boy on a show where he's all about girls and stuff. But he, oddly enough, he's the only one on that show who never ends up with a significant other.
Mm.
Never does. Uh, and he has probably some of the most heartbreaking stories. Um, they have to go with that, but they just made him crazier and crazier, and he becomes very, very funny. But the stuff with him and Mr. Finney is just I don't think he can top that. Like that friendship is just. It was really hard for me not to put it number 1, but I had to put above it. But yeah, it's a staple of Friday night television right there. Those two.
Yeah. And then Eric ended up in Girl Meets World that I used to watch with
Yes.
my daughter, which was always
Yeah.
awesome. Is
Yeah, and he became a mayor or something, didn't he?
No, he was like a squirrel, like he lived in nature and he would talk
No,
to
no, no.
squirrels.
I know that, but I'm saying like he runs for office of some sort.
I don't remember that.
He definitely does because the boy that he was going to adopt in Boy Meets World comes back and shows up and
Oh.
actually saves the day for him. I remember that very well.
I was out
Huh.
on Boy Meets
I
World
never got
for
into
a
Girl
while.
Meets World.
It's pretty good.
It was
If
Like I
I
couldn't.
th-
I
it was something to watch with my
as
daughter.
much as I love Danielle. Yeah, like I love Danielle Fishel, but like I couldn't get into Girl Meets World. Like I just couldn't do it.
I
I think you
watched
gotta have it. I think you gotta have a lot of nostalgia for the original because they really build upon it. But also be
Yeah.
okay with it
No,
being
and I love the
very Disney
original.
channeled.
Yeah.
But it's also you
Yeah.
also got to be okay with it being very Disney channeled.
Yeah,
For
it's
that
very,
era.
very
Yeah.
Disney
I
Channel.
think it was more that than anything.
Like the whole
So
Sean and Angela thing, but Boy Meets World is not what's something that I finished because I was out after a while too on that one.
I knew you would be. I didn't even have to ask that. I already knew that.
I
you're
get
just a quitter. Just a
I just
cold-blooded
get done.
quitter.
I get done, and I got the best story for my
Folks, don't be surprised
my
if
other
halfway through
duo.
this recording, it just stops because Andrew had to quit
I'm
it.
He's just
I'm
done.
sorry. I
He's
just get done.
Will and I, Will and I are just waiting on pins and needles for him to just send us a message like, "Guys, I'm finished with you too."
It just happens. I bury Sanders things in life. Okay, guys. I'll write you a note that my love and desire to be out of the game outweighs my love and desire to be in the game, and there you go.
And
There
then
you
we'll
go.
never hear from him again
No, I
because
just
he's done with us.
I just get done. And I
So
I
keep
got
it.
the perfect story to tell you where I got it from with my number 3. So, but
Well,
His children live in fear. is going to happen to them.
My number three
Oh, I've told him.
is
I've
just
told him
gonna
a couple of
gonna
times.
keep going with this. My number three is just gonna keep going with this Boy Meets World because mine's also from Boy Meets World. Now, neither of these two are my favorite characters in the show. Loved Topanga, loved Sean, loved Eric, but I actually prefer the relationship between Mr. Feeney and Corey. I gravitated more toward that one, probably because I was more Corey's age when the show was on the air. But I always like that mentor, student teacher, mentor mentee, like relationship between the two,
And
and
neighbor.
it always, yeah, yes, and it always kind of reminded me of like a variation of the Home Improvement Tim and
Yeah.
Al, or Tim and Wilson. They always had that point where Tim needed advice, Wilson would give it to him over the fence, and then you'd get your resolution of the episode. I feel like they did that a lot with Corey and Mr. Feeney because they were also so close. But I always felt that whereas with Eric, it was more of a they were kind of more on the same level just because even though Eric's not near Feeney's age, he's still older. And I
Yeah.
think by that time, Feeney perceived him as more of an adult. Whereas with Corey, it's more of a age discrepancy, and it's more like, hey, I'm going to teach this kid. And there seemed to be less of a snarky tone and more of a heartfelt tone when Feeney was trying to help Corey with his problems.
Yeah.
So I liked that dynamic. Still a great show. Again, this would be in my TGIF lineup for sure. I love Boy Meets World. Great show. Not my favorite TGIF show, but it's definitely in my top four.
Like it.
Yeah. I already did my number three, so I guess it's up to yours, Andrew.
Back to you.
Mine is Perfect Strangers. Give me some Larry and Belky.
Ah,
The
yep.
OG TGIF, Larry and Belky, where your family members got their or Family Matters got its start.
Yeah.
It was the what elevator
Yeah.
attendant.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And Carl would come visit her from time to time and bring her some lunch on his break from working the beat.
I
Yeah.
but it was just so great because it was that what Belky was that wacky character, and he would always say something weird about his homeland and everything else. And then you got cousin Larry, who's very straight laced and everything else. And then also can't forget Belky also was in Beverly Hills Cop. So there you go.
How many seasons
Yeah.
did that show
Yeah.
last?
That's a very
Don't
two or three, right? I
no.
think they cut that pretty quick.
So
Really?
this is where I learned just to be done with things because there was this went from 86
There's that sweet segue.
86 to 93. So there's probably around 1990.
What?
Yeah, this thing lasted 8 seasons. So probably around 1990, maybe 91 in there. Maybe even a little bit later. There's an episode where they get caught in the basement and the water is rising and it's about to hit an electrical box.
I remember you tell me
Yeah.
about this. Yeah.
So my mother would sit there every Friday and go, hit the electrical box, hit the electrical box. And I'm like, as a kid, like, what is going on? She's like, I just want them all to get fried. I want them all to die, and then we can just be done with the show. So right there is, I think that's where I learned just to be done with things.
I want to
Rather
do an
than wish
episode.
death upon it.
So
I
wanna do an
appreciate your
episode-
mom's.
I
appreciate that your mom's
that's just
stuck
that's just
with it.
Andrew. That's just Andrew telling us the stuff that he did finish.
there's not much.
I know it'd be like a 20-minute episode.
I
Maybe
could-
we should stop the episode in the middle of it too. You should be in the middle of a sentence and we just cut it off.
So I think this is where I kind of discovered that trait where when you're just done with something, just be done. Just you're done.
But she wasn't though, because she kept watching.
Did your mom finish Perfect Stranger?
No, because once
Yeah, because
they finished and the
maybe
water
Andrew
started,
saw the.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, once the water went down.
Oh, I was just gonna say, she was good.
No, she was out. We never watched it again. That's why.
I was gonna say,
man, this thing lasted
gonna say-
until 93.
I was gonna say perhaps It's where Andrew was like, you know what? I'm seeing the pain and agony my mother is suffering, and she's suffering on a weekly basis. So maybe that's where Andrew's like, instead of suffering that, I'll wash my hands of it and be done.
No, she was just done. She prayed, like, well, not prayed, but she was like, just hit the box. Just like she was rooting for everybody just to kind of just die the whole
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah. Huh?
I'll tell you, I did I ever tell you the pepperoni story, Will? I'll tell you that
Was
one
it
off.
sliced?
No,
All
I'll
right.
tell you that one off air. It'll give you an insight of the the woman that raised me. It's pretty.
Might
It's
explain some
crazy.
things.
Yeah, it will explain it. She was a single mother and she worked very hard. And then all of a
I
sudden
remember
she would have to come home and she would watch her TGIF and she was just sick of Perfect Strangers, so she needed them to die. So
I remember the nice tale of when you guys would walk to the convenience store and she would inform you about the ladies of the night.
you- right out,
Yeah.
just no one
Yep.
cared.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's that's
All
my
right. What number are we on, Will? It's yours.
this is Will's number two.
Oh, hang on one second. One second.
Oh gee. He's got
I gotta I gotta get my pumpkin spice here. Bum 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 bum. Gotta go dinosaurs with my pumpkin spice latte. Gotta go Earl Sinclair, Baby Sinclair. Love me, Jim Henson, one of my idols in life.
Yeah.
Um, and this was the last project he was involved with. Brian Henson, his son, had a lot to do with it. This was like a game changer. This show was so awesome. The animatronics were great, but definitely if there was a Eat My Shorts Man t-shirt,
yeah.
this show, it was Baby Sinclair with Not the Mama. That was like the catchphrase that was always uttered. You could just say Not the Mama. It was synonymously known that it was part of dinosaurs. And that was kind of like the Bart getting choked by Homer at each episode. It was Earl Sinclair getting hit in the head with a frying pan or getting abused by Baby Sinclair. Um, Oddly enough, if people don't know, he was voiced by the same gentleman who voiced Elmo. You could once you hear that, you'll never unhear it. But yeah, great show.
Splinter as well too, or Puppeteer Splinter.
I think he puppeteered Splinter. Yes, yeah. But yeah, just love the dynamic between Baby Sinclair, and I loved it as a kid. I watch it now, and I still am fond of it. And I got to give Earl, man, the patience of a saint to not
Yeah.
kill and strangle that baby. I mean, he
That's
probably should have killed that baby at some point because
Do the
that baby
shaken
was just
baby.
just a dick, just an absolute dick.
Did you watch that video in the hospital when your children were born? The "Don't shake your baby." I thought that was pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I just signed off on it. I figured, okay, I know what I'm doing here.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah, yeah. You just so basically, folks, you just don't violently shake a baby and
No,
snap their neck. You know,
and
if you
ran off.
don't do
Oh,
that,
that's what I've been
yeah,
doing wrong.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been going up.
Sometimes you don't
Don't-
shake them enough.
That's when they get older, you need to
Yeah,
shake them. Babies don't shake.
yeah,
When they get into
yeah.
that preteen teenager, shake them as much.
Shake away. Yeah, yeah,
Shake away.
I just thought I'd get their eyes to change color or something.
yeah.
Every
That's
time
it.
I saw something about shaking baby in the hospital, I just thought of Lenny from A Mice of Men.
It's shaking
Yep,
baby, and I helped.
yep.
Okay,
Oh,
I guess it's my number two.
yep.
We were
Number two.
allowed when we were doing this. We were allowed one time repeat, and here's my second repeat. Of course, it's from Boy Meets World. I went with Corey and Sean, the ultimate bro. What do they call it? Bromanship, bro. Where two guys are just best friends,
Bromance.
bromance. That's the word. Thank you. And these two guys, I mean, they really played into that sometimes very hilarious episode where Sean gets a girlfriend and she doesn't like Corey.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. So they have to sneak their friendship around. And they talk on the phone. Very very funny stuff. But yeah, that's the ultimate for me. The ultimate like best friendship there. And that's what I modeled my best friendship with these two guys after is that one. So expect me to call y'all soon and be like, you hang up first. No, you
Do you
hang up
have a
first.
random picture of a bus in your house? Because that's the only way that we can have this
I got
friendship.
a random picture of celery somewhere
Because
framed.
Corey and Sean is my number two also. Because I think
Oh,
when you're that age, you always have the one best friend that you're kind of you have other friends, but you always have that one friend that you always seem to be around with
yeah.
constantly. And when I go back and I watch like Boy Meets World, it reminds me and my friend Dave, where we were just with each other. Like it just seemed like every day, constantly. Like if I
Yeah,
wasn't
when
at his house, he was at my house and everything else.
when we were younger, we were often, if Trevor and I were seen by ourselves, not the other, we were almost always asked where the other one was
Yeah.
constantly. Yeah.
I also use my friend Dave as like manners lessons for my kids because they're like when they're younger, you're like, hey, don't go under.
Like his Arrested Development without an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we weren't all right though. We had a left hand. Like they like I got to explain to them like when they were like when you're teaching your kids like hey you go to somebody's house you're the guest you can't just I always hate this because my kids have had friends like this and I don't know what it is but they'll just walk into like your pantry or your refrigerator and just grab something without asking like
Whoa.
Yeah.
okay so
Yeah.
like
Is
I
this
always
real?
100% this kid came
That's
over
beyond rude.
this kid pretty much invited himself over to come swimming at my house. Then they're swimming. And first of all, I got to be outside now
Yeah.
because there's other
And
kids
it's
in the
hot.
pool. And I get, yeah, and I'm an adult. And so all of a sudden this kid gets, and I'm sitting there, playing on my phone, looking up every once in a while. And all of a sudden he gets out of the pool and goes, guys, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go inside and get something to eat. And I almost said, here's my F word, the fuck you are. But I was like, wait, what? He was like, well, I'm hungry, and so I'm going to get something to eat. And I was like, number one, you're soaking wet, so you're not
Was he
welcome in my house.
leaving? Maybe he was leaving.
No, he was
Oh
just
no, because he said
go
he's
get
going
some.
inside. Yeah.
He was good. And I was like, number one, you're wet, and number two, you just don't help yourself to things in other people's houses. I said, I don't
Yeah.
care what you do in your house, but this is my house and we have rules. So my kids kind of knew that and they were like, well, why is it so like that? And you could be like, well, it's rude and they'll be like, oh, I can't respond. So I always say, I've known Dave since the fourth grade. So we've always been with each other and I go, and you know how many times I've been in Dave's refrigerator? How many? And they're like, how many times have you opened up Dave's refrigerator to get something? I said twice. Twice. In like the 20 years I knew that kid, I've opened up his refrigerator twice to get something, but that was only because I was told to do so. And I said, so we were best friends, but I've only gone in there twice. But yeah, there are kids out there today that will just,
I basically
Yeah.
this is no joke. I basically spent every Sunday at least over at Trevor's house because I would just go there after church, right? And like I was very much like his mom basically considered me like her third son,
yeah,
kind of thing. Like I was very, very close to them. But I swear to you, even if I showed up there when I got my driver's license, I'd show up there. I'd always knock first, or I'd
yeah,
always call first before showing up. And
Yeah.
and on top of that, the refrigerator thing is a great point too. I would feel so awkward if I went and just opened up somebody's fridge with that, like just looking for their food.
yeah,
If I didn't, unless I said, "Hey, can I put this in your fridge?" It's like something that I brought. That's different, right?
Yeah.
But like, that's just so weird. Are a lot of kids like that nowadays?
yeah. You would be surprised at how
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
manners
That's so weird to me.
So
Like, why would you,
to
man?
because the
to
parents
put
don't.
this in context, just yesterday, I went to the grocery store. As I walked in, the cops were already there, about to leave, because the children were apparently going into the store and stealing hot dog buns. Like, why the fuck? Like, what? That's my one. Well,
There
why
it
would
is.
they steal hot dog buns? So we start driving through the plaza. We see the cops again because the same kids when they would see old people, they would pelt them with hot dog buns. That's apparently the new thing. And I'm like, what point and purpose does this serve? They just find random elderly people that are out and about and walking, and they will throw hot dog buns at them.
I could I could get on a rant, but I don't know if people.
Yeah.
Do they
Well,
record it and
so
put it on like their TikToks and stuff?
yes, yes, that's what they do. Yeah, that's what it is. Just insanity.
Man,
But something that's
yeah,
very sane is something
yeah,
that matters, and that's family.
Oh,
So
that's
with
right.
my number one, and
did
I
we
know
just
Johnny
combine it
as
for
I
this
do.
one?
I think we're gonna take this. Steve Urkel, Carl Winslow, Johnny. I know you. I know that's your number one as well. This duo,
I'll never tell.
this
Oh,
duo was TGIF for me.
Agreed completely.
Um,
Yeah,
Not only do they what demographic don't they hit, right? So we got the annoying neighbor, right? We have
yeah,
the possible suitor to father, right?
yeah.
yeah.
We have I believe they went to karate school together, right? And Bruce Lee is at
Or
the
I thought
same
they just
time.
drank a serum and they went into a
No,
machine.
well, yeah, then they go in the machine.
Do you think that's
I
what Chicago
believe
crime
there's
needs now? Is Steve and Carl to get back
yes.
into the machine to become
Yeah,
Bruce Lee?
yeah. It'd help a
Yeah.
lot.
I hope when Detroit erected that statue of RoboCop, I was really hoping that they would erect the Steve Urkel robot in Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
Um, but I mean, these guys were great. I still to this day I can't say three, two, one, one, two,
One, two,
three.
three. What
What
the
the
heck
heck
is
is
bothering you?
bothering me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Just this show was great. This relationship was the heart of the show, without
yeah,
question. And it caused quite a bit of the humor to the show. So it's got to be Reginald Vell Johnson. It's got to be, you know, Jaleel White. Just comedic duo, great pair. Um, Definitely my number one for TGIF. Johnny, take it away from there. I don't want to take
yeah,
any more wind out of your sails.
my number one is it's the same. Yeah,
yeah,
it's the exact same. I agree with all these points you have made, Will. This they were TGIF for me. I look forward to these two every week. I wanted to see how they would play off each other, and in fact, there's a lot of really sweet moments between them two. When Carl kind of admits that he does like Steve from time to time, that really stand out to me. Like when there's one episode where Steve collapses in their living room. It's because he has an appendix burst, right? And like they think he's going to die or something like that. And like just a very sweet episode overall. Just man, gotta this is a Family Matters would not only be in my quintessential TGIF, it is, and I'm not even just saying this. It is like one of the. If you said Johnny, you have to make a lineup of you get a 4 hour block, I mean a 2 hour block, and you got to make a lineup. I don't care whatever you want. This is my A show. It's Family
Yeah.
Matters. I just
Now,
absolutely love
that
it.
episode, the episode with the appendix, does that happen to be the same episode where Carl gets hurt at work and then he and Steve are in the same room at the hospital?
I can't
And the
remember.
guy that, do you know which one I'm talking about? The guy
Yeah.
who like apprehended Carl, who Carl apprehended, he escaped, and he's coming to the hospital to kill off Carl
Yes.
to finish the job, and
Yeah.
then Steve foils it. And that was yeah, it was a very sweet moment between the two.
Oh,
But yeah,
another
this
character
what
that's
was
been
Steve ever
forgotten.
cake?
Will, what was that? What was that, Andrew?
Was Steve ever cake in the hospital?
Was he ever
no, he
cake?
never was. No,
Guy.
never
It was just
was.
Steve.
Uh,
There's another character though that I just remembered, like Waldo, who kind of gets forgotten, and that's and I always loved him, and that's
Weasel,
Carl.
good old Weasel.
I was going with Carl's boss, his
Oh,
lieutenant,
Oh
his
yeah,
captain.
yeah.
It
Oh,
was
I thought you were
great.
gonna go with Weasel. Weasel was a
Weasel
good
was also
character too.
great. Yeah,
He was like the third stooge
yeah.
to
Weasel
Eddie
was
and
great too.
Waldo. Um, yeah, but yeah, he like kind of pop in from time to time. I always liked when he would try to hit on Rachel, Aunt Rachel,
Yes,
and then
yes,
Carl would shut it down.
Yes.
Oh, I remember Weasel now.
Yeah, Weasel
Yeah.
was great too. Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a weasel, acts like a weasel. Like every time I watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the main Weasel henchman,
Yes,
like that's I
yes.
immediately think of Weasel from Family Matters. They have like the same mannerisms, the
Yeah.
same speaking patterns, the same bug eyes. Like that's it's perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of we won't talk about what was it, 3J when it came in later, the cousin Oliver situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great characters in Family Matters.
I think that was
Yeah.
the like just flipping through the channels, like the last one that I watched, and I was like, oh, Family Matters. And I watched the Halloween one with 3J and Richie. I think they were on the bikes, and it was like some weird one, and they were dressed up as like Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, this is the show that
Yeah, that was
you had Grandmama and Larry Johnson showed up and played basketball. Right. That's how
yeah.
great this show was, and it made sense. It was fine. It was great. Yeah.
Grandma was also great in this show, as well
Yeah.
as her
Oh yeah, this is
the
one of
guy
my
she got married to.
yeah.
I always loved that
If
guy
we ever
too.
do a thing where we rank grandma TV grandma, she's gonna be one of my top ones.
And the best part was like the grandma in Family Matters, they just made her into a dinosaur and then
Yep.
put her on
I
dinosaurs.
was just gonna say
It's
that's
like
how
she
they
looked
did.
identical, looked
Yep.
identical.
Yep. Well, why would you not? Because that's the best grandma right there.
Are we
Hey, it's a winning formula. Let's
Yeah.
keep it going.
All right, Andrew, you're number one.
are we done talking about the Carl and Steve show?
Unless that's your number one, which we know
It
it is,
really
don't we,
became
Will?
the
It is.
Steve Urkel show. They really they this almost it pulled a Fonz. They almost wanted to rename the show the Steve Urkel show. Like
Yeah,
Happy
I'm glad.
Days, they wanted to call it Fonz's Happy Days. There was a point where they were just gonna. I mean, Steve took over the show, but they wanted to name it the Steve Urkel show.
Well, he was everywhere.
Yeah. Even
Yeah,
board game and
he had his own cereal, ran for president.
Yeah.
Talking Doll. Did not own the Steve Urkel Talking Doll. Owned the Pee Wee Herman one
I own
though.
the doll and I own the board game.
All right. My number one is good old Joey and Uncle Jesse. So Johnny's number four was my number
Your
one.
Uncle Joey, you mean?
Oh no. I thought this was a great duo.
No, just a
I wanted me and Dave to be this when we grew up. That's why they're always my favorite because they had the radio show and their own ad agency and everything else. Even though that one lady got in between them because she was trying to hype up Joey, which I could understand why, but she was getting in between them. Which,
Yeah, she was trying to Yoko Ono that.
yeah, with the toothpaste thing.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
But these were kind of like, well, not as bad as, not like Corey and Sean, but these were two completely opposite guys. One goofy, one super cool. One wanted to be
But they
complete,
meshed. They meshed
yeah,
perfectly. Yeah.
and it just worked.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think,
That's why me and Will don't get along. We're but just two really cool guys, and we just clashes.
yeah.
well, that's because you guys haven't
I'm
drank a
wearing my sweet
serum
leather
or
coat. I ride my motorcycle.
because you haven't like drank a serum and
Yeah, yeah.
became Bruce Lee together. There's your problem right there.
Well, I tried to get him to do that, but he refused.
I thought it'd be cultural appropriation. I didn't want to walk down that
Oh,
path.
big time.
Oh, how
Yeah.
would that? How much canceled would that be? And like Johnny brought up Carl's boss, and he said some pretty crazy
It was
things.
the 90s,
Yeah, no,
folks.
I'm just saying it was the 90s, but like as I watch things, I'm like, wow. People complain about today. There were some crazy things. Like as I watch my old video game show Starcade,
As WWE's Drew McIntyre recently said, uh, we're very sensitive nowadays.
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for when we see old people, we throw hot dog buns at them.
Or I'm just gonna go.
So I didn't know it was the thing, but we know now.
I'm going to your guys' house right now, and I'm gonna go into your fridges and just grab
You
whatever.
better not. I got some hot dog buns ready to throw your way.
Well,
To
if you
be
don't,
honest with you with that thing, I honestly to this day, when my parents come over, the first thing my dad does is he opens the fridge and it still bothers me a little bit.
yeah, it's not. It's because it's just something that you were taught. You don't go through
Yeah.
people's
But my dad does it. Like, yeah.
like
He
you.
comes in, first thing he does, he goes to the fridge to see what he can eat or drink. Then he goes to my pantry, sees what kind of chips we have, helps himself. So
What are
just
you
to
gonna
get back
say?
at him, I'm
You're
not gonna
gonna,
say anything. So what I do passive aggressively is when I go to their house, I do the same thing.
oh yeah.
I think it's different when
But
you go back to their house.
yeah, but to get under his skin, I'll take too much of something and then I'll throw the rest of it out, and I know that really bothers him.
Yeah, I used to do that with with my dad. He was a big time Coke drinker, so I'd try and drink as many Cokes in a sitting as much as
Well, Will likes
possible
Coke
just to
too,
get under
remember?
his. But
Yeah, but I can't
not
have too much of it. I can only do half a can, and
not
then I
that
dump
Coke,
the rest. I
not
look at
that
him
Coke.
when I dump it in the sink. I look at him the whole time. I make eye contact and I just watch him as I dump it out.
I,
And then he said, "He's like, what?" And you know, even if I pour myself a glass, sometimes I'll pour it and I'll like pretend I'm talking to my mom and look away, have it overflow, and the counter gets all sticky. Like I'll clean it, but I won't do that great of a job, so it's still kind of sticky.
my grandmother used to get so mad, and she'd just say
I'm an
that.
adult. I'm a 40-year-old adult.
But my grandmother used to, when somebody would do that, all she would used to say was that was unnecessary. Like and you pour like the giant 3 liter of Pepsi into a glass, and you and you watch it like fizz up, and then she would just look and go, that's just completely unnecessary. Not even like what's wrong with
Yeah.
you or anything else. Just that's completely unnecessary.
All
Well,
right, that's our duos.
that is our duos.
Andrew, did you have any from Family Matters? I don't think you
Nope.
did.
I am
Man.
so done
No.
with Family Matter. Family Matters has such a bad taste in my mouth. I
we,
don't know. I don't know
we gotta
what
make
it is. Like
we're
it's
gonna make a shirt. Our first shirt's gonna be just Andrew saying, "I'm done."
I'm done. I just get done with things, okay? Just
we
walk
know.
away. I
We
just
know.
walk away. Um,
We're well aware.
what's
It's
it?
unnecessary.
I learned it from Mad
Well,
Max, I guess. Just walk away.
surprisingly, it looks as though you're wearing a Dan Marino shirt, and
Yes.
that's a man who never walked away from his franchise.
Nope. 1980s Dan Marino too. Gotta go with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, told you.
that was before
There's been a lot
Finkel's
of
really
times.
screwed him over.
There's been a lot of times you really should have walked away from the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of times.
And I'm saying that as a Charlotte Hornets fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of times.
I've never had a reason to walk toward them since the late '90s.
Even then,
Yeah, when Shula was gone, he should have gone.
no, Shula needed to go. Shula was old.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to get better in Miami.
Well, that's when they got Jimmy Johnson, so he thought it was going to get better.
Oh, I forgot he did go
The
there. That's
NASCAR
right.
driver,
Yeah.
Huh?
the NASCAR driver,
No,
he won a lot of championships.
Jimmy with a Y.
Oh, that's not hashtag not my Jimmy.
Could be taken the wrong way too.
Sure could.
But you
I
know what
stand
cannot
with
be
it.
taken the wrong way is Foot Clan Follies, wherever
That's
you
right.
get your podcast.
Check out Foot Clan Follies. That's the only podcast hosted by two honest to shredder members of the Foot Clan. Will and I are executive producers on that show, so we'd appreciate it if you guys would go check that out wherever you get your podcast, like Andrew thoughtfully said. And also, Andrew, there's a YouTube channel.
Yes, the Nostalgia Funhouse YouTube channel where we put up videos of this. So you could go check out Will seeing his neighbor walk around in a bra and only a bra and not
Elderly neighbor.
Not
That's not-
today.
elderly neighbor. So you get to see our beautiful faces all the time now. And also, if you don't want to look at us, well, there's an audio version still too, wherever you get your
Yeah,
podcast.
which I honestly got to say is probably the preferred way if you don't.
But with that being said, what may not be nostalgia for you may be nostalgia for some.
Not the mama.